How's it going, everyone? This is your astrology horoscope for Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. I'm astrologer Alex Skyles, and welcome to the Moon Base. Hope you guys are doing amazing. The moon is coming out of Pisces into Aries. It's going to square Mercury right away, and it's going to square Mars. So this moon coming into Aries is a massive trigger point going into the Sun-Pluto conjunction, because tomorrow the moon's going to square Sun-Pluto when the sun's 2 degrees away from Pluto. This is a massive trigger. We're going to see some crazy shit popping off. Definitely in our local environments with this moon squaring Mercury and squaring Mars. So there's definitely some tension. We don't want to lose our cool. We want to keep our heads as calm as we possibly can. There's going to be fires, but we want to maintain those fires. We want to be able to control the fires, And there's a lot of tension to be let out. Like Pluto itself is already kind of like a pressure cooker, just heat and friction forcing down like a diamond. A diamond is created by ultimate friction, over time. And that's kind of how Pluto works. And we're definitely feeling this with the moon in Aries. The moon is so hot and emotions get very tense in Aries. And with Mercury in Capricorn, communication gets very direct and somewhat cold and just straight to the point. And this is the task and this is what we need to do. And definitely with the moon in Aries making a square to Mercury and Mars in Capricorn, it's like a lot of power plays on which way to go and how to do things. And, this is very much connected to this North Node as well and Chiron. So these trigger points can bring up a lot of emotions and a lot of wounds as well, and where we feel a little damaged in our ego and kind of a little insecure. This could bring up a lot of insecurities today. And we don't want to let it boil over too much because these are definitely karmic things that we have to work through right now, especially with this North Node coming into play here. And with the Sun-Pluto making this conjunction, this is powerful. And when the moon comes to square Pluto tomorrow, it's like this is a massive activation. But the exciting thing is as the Sun-Pluto is happening, the moon's going to make really positive aspects to Sun and Pluto as it's really starting, that conjunction is starting to happen. So this is definitely some things we have to work through before we get to the other side. This is necessary karmic shit that needs to boil up to the surface to really get to a better place. And friction creates diamonds, like I said. And that's how Pluto works. It puts the pressure on. It puts the pressure on over and over and over. And with the moon in Aries activating that, it's like this is where real intensity and darkness can become beauty. I really think. And this is where we start seeing like dominoes start to fall in our personal lives, and in the world. We're going to start seeing some wild stuff kick into gear this week, We can already see that, and now it's really starting to take place. There's been some crazy shit that's happened the past couple days. So, this is definitely triggering people's egos. This is definitely making people a lot more tense and hotter than normal. Venus is, kind of doing its own thing. It's still making a weird angle to Uranus. So there's just kind of unexpected things in our relationships just popping up. It's like, oh, wow, I didn't notice that, didn't realize that. And it can really flare up some real intense interactions, in our environments. And we want to try to maintain control over our environments, as much as possible. Mercury is still not out of shadow, so things are just becoming clear. Mars just crossed the degree yesterday, where Mercury is going to be out of shadow and where it went retrograde. So it's like we're really seeing the truth of the matter. But this isn't necessarily a resolution yet. But this is a trigger point to get to a resolution, I really feel. And once Mercury gets to 8 degrees out of shadow, we're going to start seeing some resolutions, and communication is definitely going to start becoming more clear. I'm really feeling this as it's coming through, honestly, like, and from what I'm experiencing in my own life as well. Like, as I'm saying this and thinking this, like, things are really starting to hit me. Like, yeah, as Mercury gets to that 8-degree mark, then things are going to become more clear. And over definitely the past couple of days, things have boiled up and come to the surface, but without a real clear resolution and without real clear communication. It's like that's okay right now. Just we want to let things happen naturally, not force things and not push things. You know, this is going to allow things to really form into something beautiful, but not without some real serious friction. You know, Venus still has to square Neptune, so there's still some weirdness we got to get through, some confusion. Definitely when it comes to our beliefs and our spirituality and our higher frequency and our divine connection and, you know, really where we want to go in life and the journey we want to take, you know. So there's still some things to work through as we get through this, you know, very powerful, intense Sun-Pluto conjunction. And yeah, there's definitely, today's a massive trigger point. You know, Mercury and Jupiter are going to make another trine here. So this is really nice. This is the second one. Or maybe the third. Yeah, it's the third one. So, you know, I feel like a lot of the positive things that we've experienced over the past month or so, going through the Mercury retrograde and going direct and trying to come out of shadow, like there's still a lot of positivity and, you know, what we're expanding and the communication that we're having with people that we're really getting down to, you know, the path that we're on and, you know, our own individual destinies and our own individual paths that we're sharing and helping each other kind of grow and manifest our own. Like today is definitely a day where, like, amongst these trigger points, like, we're going to be able to see the positivity come through over the next few days. When the moon comes into Taurus and starts really activating a lot of the positive aspects, and that's going to be happening while the Sun Pluto is going to make its conjunction. So let this trigger happen for whatever it is and whatever the cause is and whatever the purpose is, and roll through it very stoically and in a very Capricorn kind of way, right? You know, the moon in Aries is it's too easy to just let things fly off the handles and just say fuck, you know, and lose control. You know, Capricorn wants to be in control, so it's like, don't let the emotions really overcome you and overtake you. You know, there's definitely some uncomfortable things. You know, the moon is gonna conjunct Chiron later in the day, so, you know, as a lot of very intense communication and interactions and things happen through the day, by the nighttime we're really starting to feel those things in a very deep level, so we may not be quite through them by the end of the day, and, you know, but definitely going into tomorrow when the moon gets to the North Node, we're really going to start to see the purpose of what that all really has been, and it's going to start tying things together. And as we come into the Sun-Pluto conjunction, you know, we're going to have positive aspects with the moon to that. So there's really this beautiful place that we're getting to on the other side here. And we have to work through this tension and work through the fire and walk through the fire. This is trial by fire, I guess, is a great term to label what today is going to feel like. Lots of triggers, lots of intensity. Just take a deep breath today, because we're definitely going to need it. So we're getting through it, and we're getting to the other side here. And we're really starting to feel the depth of what this Sun-Pluto transition into Aquarius is starting to reveal. I feel like that's like this is like the door at the end of the tunnel, and we're being handed the key to walk through. But there's still a lot of things to be worked out here. So I wish you all the best today and have a lovely day. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.